Hey everybody, welcome. Let me quickly check if everything works. Are we ready? I hope you can hear me. It says here, click to join live. So it seems like that it works. Yes. Okay, I'm live. All right. Hey everybody. Welcome to the live stream on YouTube and on LinkedIn. We're going to get started here in a sec. Okay, I see people on YouTube. Yeah. So it's another week. I would say Monday, but it's actually Tuesday, right? So live stream every Tuesday and Thursday. This Thursday, I have something for you. I'm not going to do a live stream this Thursday because I'm not here, but I have another live stream for you on Thursday that you can join. And I'm going to quickly bring this up. Let me bring this up here. Here, okay. So because on Thursday, actually Philip is doing a live stream. Can we see this here? Yeah, he has planned this for this week, Thursday. So the 25th, if you want to check out a live stream where he does live coding, Apache Spark, structured streaming. Check out Philip's live stream on his channel because, yeah, as I said, I'm not here on Thursday. Unfortunately, I can't be here on Thursday. So for your dose of data engineering, check out Philip's live stream about live coding, where he said he's going to develop a Spark application with structured streaming. Yeah, check that out. I was just talking to him today, so I think that's something that might be interesting for you. Let me quickly say hello to everybody. Gustavo, hello, welcome. Bonikosi, hi. Andreas, great to have you here. And who else commented here? Pradyush. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Hope you have fun in the academy. Great to hear that it helped you a lot. So yeah, so what we're going to talk about today is the main topic, as you've seen, is SQL for data engineers, or SQL. SQL. I mean, SQL, structured query language, right? So it's really an acronym for something. So that's why I learned it in Germany as SQL, and I'm going to name it SQL. But put a 1 in the chat if you also use SQL here, or 2 if you use SQL. That would be very interesting to actually see this. I'm the typical SQL enjoyer. I think that could be a great meme. Let me write this down. I don't have a. Let me quickly open up a notepad here. SQL enjoyer. That could be a great meme. Yeah. Hi, Matis, Sachin, Joseph. Hey. Yeah. What else happened until since we talked last? We put out 1 and 2. Okay. SQL, yes, SQL rule. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me all the smileys here, but yeah. So, what else did you miss? You might have missed. We put out 2 podcasts. Why Excel should be a go-to tool for data professionals, right? I was thinking about Excel. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you. Again, you can watch this here, or you can also listen to this. Where's the podcast? Here you can listen to this as on the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and so on. So that's something. I was thinking about this. It's a bit along the line what we're talking about now, making it very easy to access data. And I think Excel, we all always fight against Excel, right? We're fighting against Excel. We're saying, oh, why we're creating dashboards and nobody's using the dashboard. Everybody wants to have the data in Excel. So I was thinking, like, could we use this? Could we make this better? And then we also put out a great broadcast yesterday where I was talking with Vinod, and we were talking about Gen AI from a data engineer's perspective, because he's a data engineer and he is actually creating Gen AI apps. And I found that very, very interesting. So that's something you could check out. Yeah. So far from this, let's dive into the topic. Let's dive into what was another question here? Pronounced data or data. I'm guessing that's the question. That's actually a very complicated question, because I think that's also a very regional thing, right? I would say data and not data. But yeah, so the question was, right? The question was, and I was thinking for my academy, we have a Python for data engineers, of course. We have platform design. We have a lot of projects. We basically have stuff on every platform. But one thing I always say is you need to have SQL knowledge before you get into data engineering, or before you start with my academy. Now, I still think this is true. You need to know how to code, you need to know how to use SQL. But we need to have a course in the academy for people to basically refresh the old stuff and to show them, okay, what should you know as a data engineer? Because you're going to work with data, and most of the time you're going to work with relational databases, right? Or you're going to query data in an SQL fashion out of these databases. Now, why is this important? And we're going to, I'm going to open this here for you. Where's the right scene? That's not it. Here. Because I put this on OneNote. Let me quickly open up my OneNote. I recorded this actually for a short video. And that should be on my main channel here. Here on my main channel, I have a few short videos. Basically, why data analysts need data engineering, why data scientists need data engineering. And for these are short videos, 240, 128, and so on. I recorded also more of them for relational database or data lakes. And that's the thing, right? So very often when we talk about SQL or structured query language, you need to know this. Why should you know this as a data engineer? Because you're going to use it not only with the relational databases, but nowadays, for instance, with data lakes where you have, I don't see my mouse cursor. One sec. No, it's here. You have data in the data lake, and you have, for instance, CSV, text files, Parquet files, and you want to query the data. So what we do is with the data catalog, we actually make this data available to you in a table format, right? So you can query it in a table format. And how you query this? You query this with SQL, with structured query language, and do joins and select and so on, right? So what we're doing very often, for instance, we're turning no non-structured data or non-structured files into actually structured or structures that we can query with SQL. So that is why this is so important for you, why you need to work on this. Right? By the way, if you have questions, here, put the questions in the chat. We're going to talk about this more. So that's so much for why this is so important. Now, the idea behind this and what we thought of, how can you learn this, or how can we teach these people the right way? Now, the idea, and I said we need to make this very easy, and we need to have a good database, open source database that people can learn, that people can experience, people can just try out, and have a visual interface. And there were 3 things that we put in there. We put in there the Chinook database that you can download, for instance, from SQL. That's a SQL database from SQLite, and this gets distributed directly with SQLite, so you can basically go down somewhere in SQLite and you can download this. I don't have the download link here, I think. Somewhere you could download this. So this is basically the download, or the database where you are working with sales. This is a database with customers, with invoices, where people buy albums, buy tracks. So basically this is some kind of a, let's say, CD store or music store. Of course, nowadays, who buys individual tracks? But don't worry about this. Right? So that was the idea. I wanted to have a database that we can use for SQLite. SQLite is one of the simplest databases to actually use. It's very easy to download and install. You need to download the precompiled binary for it, for instance, for Windows, and you need to have, I think I also needed to install the SQLite tools. And then that's basically it. You don't need more. It works in a way that you have a file on your machine, and that file has the database. Very easy setup, very easy to use, right? And then have a database where, with the SQLite database, this actually has, there's a GitHub somewhere. Download the SQLite sample. No, I didn't want to do that. That was wrong. So you can actually download this specifically for SQLite, but you could also download this for other databases like Postgres and so on. Now that's basically the main thing. And then for people to really experience this, we decided on dbeaver as a system where you then can, or having a user interface that you can run, where you can have access to your database. Do I have this actually installed here? I think I actually have this installed as the community edition. So everything free. And then you can basically just open up, oh, not yet. You can open up your database. Now it's up, and then you can run the commands and have this here as a user interface. I think that is something very helpful for people to get started. And yeah, what did Eka says? It is a link to Chinook for SQLite. I don't remember where, Eka. Yeah, I was remembering that there was a GitHub where you could actually then select the individual sample database or individual tools. No, the individual sample database for the different databases. But yeah, Chinook for SQLite. So that we do, and yeah, and then there is. I shared above. Yeah, Eka, we can't see links because YouTube is filtering out the links. So maybe send this to me over Slack. Because I know you're in the Slack, send this to me over the Slack, and then I can share this with people. Oh, no, I can't see the Slack from here. Forget about it. So then we thought, okay, I wanted to go through the typical simple thing. So everything clear for now. By the way, everything clear. Questions around this? Do you think this? Have you tried SQL? So, what do you think about this? Let me post your question in the chat while I try to find the actual Slack link. Because my Slack is somehow not connected to the right server here. It doesn't work. That doesn't matter. Does not matter. To have this on GitHub. One sec. Doesn't matter. I can't find it. So this course, no, it's not yet available in the Academy. I'm recording this right now. So this will be available most likely in 2 weeks. So this is a preview of what we're working on right now. And yeah, I thought I'd share this with you so you get an idea. Okay, what should I learn? What should you look into? You should first, again, you should set up yourself get yourself a database. Set up the database. No, get the data. That's what I meant. Get a data or a sample database that you then are going to use. Get the actual database management system, SQLite, and then use a user interface so you can very easily run queries, explore the data, and so on. I think that is very important. Then we were looking at data types in SQLite, because SQLite actually has different data types. The datetime data type is missing from there, so we're going to go over these, and then we're moving into the individual commands. Let me share this with you one sec. So I think because we have a very awesome overview here, and I think this is very important for you. Maybe I'll place myself here on the right. We actually find this on the internet and then recreated this for our use here. Basically, how we go through this is that you understand the different language in working with databases or working with SQL, right? You have the data definition language, that's everything: create table, alter table, drop table, and so on. Then, so we're going to go over this data manipulation, select, inserts, updates, basically everything where you manipulate the data. Also very important, transaction control. That is something very important because you're going to use this a lot in your typical or in your day-to-day work. So what you do is you put data into the database, and then you start a transaction, you write, for instance, data into the database, then you check, is the data there? And if the data is there, then you're going to do a commit, so the data is there. Or if something is wrong, you're going to do a rollback, and nothing has basically happened, right? So this is very important, and I wanted to have this in there so that people actually understand this topic, because I think it's so important. And also DCL, grant and revoke, basically the rights. I don't remember. Do we even have this in there? I don't think so, actually. So we're going to go over this, and this is something for you. Start with, okay, how can I create a table? How can I alter a table? drop tables, and so on. How can I then work with the data, select, insert, update, and delete statements, and so on. We also then focus in the on how actually the select statement works, because it's the way it's executed is different than the way it is actually written. And that is very important for you to understand. And then we move into the whole join topic. Let me quickly check the comments. SQLite through Python. That's one of the things that you can do. Work with SQLite through Python. Yeah, but we are not focusing on this in the SQL for Data Engineers course, because like usually you're going to use different different databases most likely. Hi Christian, another German guy. Hello German guy. What about DuckDB? DuckDB is something for our that you use in the, for instance, in our dimensional modeling course. We're going to use this. The idea, and I can show this to you. Well, let me bring this up one sec. Actually, we have a slide on this to understand why or where does this come from, right? When are you going to use SQLite? When are you going to use DuckDB? The idea is you have on the left here, you have embedded and you have standalone. This means embedded is most likely this database is running within your software, is running basically you could start this with Python, start your server, and then have this as a database. When you think of an app on your Android phone, most likely they have a database in the background, and this most likely is a SQLite database because it's a transactional database. Now on the other side, DuckDB, we were talking actually about DuckDB before. I would talk to Mehdi if you want to check out the live stream I did with Mehdi. One of the use cases for DuckDB is it's an embedded analytical database, right? That you run also embedded within your application. And that's why we chose these. That's for the dimensional, and that's for the SQLite course. Now, standalone, this is something where you install on a server your MySQL database, where you run BigQuery, where you run Snowflake, and so on. Right? So I think that gives you a bit of the understanding why you would use which. Right? So that's something I think is very important. You understand this, you understand the different join types, although you're most likely not going to use like full outer joins or something, or right joins usually. Then, as I said, transaction control language, that is something very important. You need to understand this. This is very important. I first used actually the whole transaction control language when I was working as a SAP consultant. That was the first time when I used transaction control language, because within SAP it's a very transactional system. Every time you want to do something, you open up a transaction, you modify the data or you put in data, and then you check it. Is my data there? Is it correct? And then, as I said, then you're going to either commit the data, then it's in there, or you're going to do a rollback. And very often within SAP, you have to do this in multiple tables, and it's not that straightforward. So you need to understand how to work with transactions. And that's where I learned this, and it helped me all the time. And I think it's also going to be helpful for you. Now, where were we? Then the whole topic of subqueries, that is something very important. Or what's the name for CTEs now? CTE. I'm terrible with acronyms. I can read acronyms, and I can, like, how's that called? Somebody help me. What's again CTEs? Oh man, How's it called? Common table expressions. Yes, of course. That is something very important. We have a slide on this in our. Yes, thanks, Natasha. Man. Common table expressions. Basically, what we do is we compare subqueries to common table expressions. Thank you, everybody. The delay. I hate the delay within the streaming here. It's always annoying because your answers come in so late, and so that's something. Oh man, I'm terrible with this, with these acronyms. Yeah. Thanks for the help. And then basically, window functions, advanced grouping, and aggregation. That is something that you need to have, that you need to understand. To be honest, like for the on the slide here, you're seeing a lot of stuff. The most thing, right? We have some average count. We have some ranking functions that we're talking about, that we show you. We have lead, lag, and so on, first value, last value. The most important things for you, when you do data engineering, when you're working with data, are these here. Sum, average, count. These are the most important things. Everything else, yes, it's good to have, and there are uses for it, but I'm guessing all of you have used sum and average, right, and count. These are the things that you need all the time, and that's why we also have this here. But we also have the other ones, and I have to say I'm also not the expert on these. So because like in my day-to-day work, it's literally that dumb. It's that dumb. You need to understand how these work, and these will help you a ton. Yeah, and that's why we use the Chinook database. So you're going to play around with it on the Chinook database, and we have a lot of queries lined up for you that you can put in, that you can experience it. And after that, we're basically moving on to understanding query optimization, how you can make your queries faster, get faster results, and then the topic of indexing and so first of all, primary and foreign keys, how to do this best, and then indexing, or basically what are indexes, and then best practices of when to index what and how indexes help. Of course, with a short database or small database like the Chinook database, you're not going to see huge results in the indexing. But as always, it's important for you to understand why to do this, how to do this, and so you can later then have that in the back of your mind. Okay, I learned this. I know how to improve. Let's quickly go back to Google and type in the right things because you remember these, and I know how to move forward. So that's something very important. Yeah, and with that, we're done. This is going to be not that huge of a course, but I think this has the most important things in it. As that we have created also many slides for this. Also, Eka did a lot of these slides. Eka worked a lot on this course, so huge props on Eka or for Eka. It's an awesome course. I'm excited to show you this course when it's finally released, and then the next is then the dimensional modeling course that we're going to do. Yeah. Let me get back to the question. I clicked away. How long is the stream going to last for? You're funny. You're funny. This stream is going to last maybe half an hour more. I don't know. I need to oil this thing here. This squeaks. Yeah, data validation. This is something. Again, this is something where data validation is always something where you're going to do select, you're going to do counts, you're going to look over do the average make sense in this? Because one thing that people always forget, a big part of actually validating is that you understand the data. And then based on your knowledge of the data and your knowledge of what is going to be expected, that is something that you do. But actually, I'm going to take this back. I'm going or take this in the back end. No, what's the right word for this? I'm going to write this down and take this back to the drawing board, to the back. You know what I mean. I'm not going to put this in the back end, but we're going to talk about this whole data validation topic off stream, and maybe we can package in a specific lesson for this. Right. Sounds like a good course for data analysts too. I use a lot of these aggregate and window functions daily. Yeah, I mean, and also this stuff is not witchcraft. It's super simple and it's so helpful for you, right? That is the core message with SQL is like, I learned this. Unfortunately I don't have my books here in the office. Otherwise I would get my book, because I'm missing in the other room, in the actual office. I'm missing basically a drawer or something where I can put all my books, or a cabinet where I can put all my books. They are still at home in my old office. I have a book, and that book is like, it's literally, it's that thick. It's that thick, and it has everything that you need to know, and a lot more, but you only need to use these kind of functions on a day-to-day basis. What data? That's a good question. What open source data profiling software do you use? That's a good question. So I don't use any, but what are good profiling softwares? Does anybody know one? Let me do a quick research. Not a software, a Pi library. Oh, Eka, good idea. How's it called? Great Expectations is something you can actually do a lot of this stuff. But I think Great Expectations would be one that you can use. Some people use Yeah, that would be also the next thing here. I was just typing this in. The next thing here was Informatica, actually, or the first thing, a sponsored link. Yeah, but I think Great Expectations, the Python library, is actually one of the better ones. Why data? Why data? Data profiling. Oh, nice. Okay. Interesting. So why data? Maybe also why data? Is this open source, or does this cost something? Oh, I think this was. Apache Griffin is the next thing. Apache Griffin. Okay. Big data quality solution. Profiling use cases here. What did they say? Okay. Yeah. So maybe Apache Griffin is also something you should look into. Okay. I learned something again. Y-Data, Apache Griffin. I think you can't really go wrong with great expectations, right? That's something we have a bit of great expectations in our Python for Data Engineers course, but maybe we should. No, I don't want to. I don't want to turn the SQL for Data Engineers course into a Python course again. So that's. I used Y-Data, but I cannot use their tables. They are named table 1, table 2, table 3. AdventureWorks. Wow, these are interesting things. AdventureWorks. Yeah. So that's something I think is very important, and I want to bring this in because from a standpoint of the academy, I think this will actually be very nice in a way that this adds to the academy, right? We have in the basics department, can I do it like this? Here, let me do it like this. In the basics, we have a bit of computer science fundamentals here and there, stuff that you need, Python for Data Engineers, the course from Andrew from Data Science Infinity, data prep and cleaning for machine learning, Docker. But I think the thing that is missing here is SQL. I think that's the thing that is missing from here, and that's why we're going to put this in. Do you remember the name of the book you recommend? I don't know anymore. Because I don't know. I don't even know if this is available in English because it was in German, and it literally. This is literally, how long is this ago? 2006. So this book is 18 years old. Damn. Wow. Let me see. Maybe I can. Maybe there's a version. It's actually here, but I don't know if this is just German. It's actually here. This is actually it. This is the book. Includes a CD-ROM. That's actually it here. From 2003. That's the book. 432 pages. Maybe I should go through these again. Maybe we can add more stuff. That's actually the book. Man, I found it. I found it immediately. Amazon is so great. It's such an amazing platform. Crazy. Yeah, I think this is just in German. Amazing. Yeah, maybe next time I bring it down here, and also show you my Java book. I have a big, like the Java book. It's literally, I think it's that thick. It's a thick boy. So, but that helped me a lot. Yeah, guys. Again, I think that is a good addition to the academy. The dimensional modeling course, and then I think that is something that is really, really helpful. By the way, if you haven't seen, we have added coaching again, right? So if you want, you can join the coaching program. It's a 6-month program where you can come by every week. We're going to help you set your goals, create a learning plan for you. You have coaching sessions again every week. You can join the coaching sessions. We build this around projects, right? So For me, the main thing is that you build projects and then have something that you can actually showcase and talk about when you're getting a new job or applying to jobs. But this is also not just for starters. This is also for people that are in a job that want to get to the next level. We have awesome coaches. I'm going to do coaching sessions. Santiago, Arokia, who are experts in data engineering, and they're trained by me. And yeah, that's basically we have here. That's it's literally here. I literally recorded this in this room. It's just from the other side. Yeah. Arokia, we're going to change this imagery here a bit. And basically you can see here all the platforms that we usually use, where the students come from. A huge FAQ section, and any promotions for the Data Engineering Academy, for the coaching, not, but for the Academy. Of course, right now, the Academy, I'm in the wrong scene here. Right now, the Academy is actually discounted, 30% discount right now for the whole month. We had this last month where we celebrated 2,000 students, and I said, let's just keep it for this month as well. So 30% right now. It's $220 for 12-month access and $399 for unlimited access, where your access never exits is the wrong word. Never. I'm missing the right words today. Sometimes people just see that I'm not a native English speaker. Never expires, basically. But with all 12 months or limited, you always get the newest courses. That is, for me, that is very important. So you could just click here, press yes, scroll down here, look over this, and basically you can build projects like this here, right? Where this is one of the Elasticsearch project that we built with Docker. We have the Discord. And yeah, you can just click here and then select your pricing option. Now, this is for me because in Germany, we have 19% sales tax, VAT, 19%. So if you're living in a country with less, ends would also be a good. Your access never ends. Thank you, jittery. Expire. Yeah, that was the word I was missing. And you can select here if you want. You can even split this into 3 payments if you want. Yeah, so that is something about the Academy. And also you can upgrade, right? If you want to, you can upgrade to unlimited. We're going to give you the discount, so you're only paying it's a small bit more. And if you want to upgrade from the Academy to coaching, you can also do this. And then we're going to subtract the price that you already paid. So it's really cool. Question to the lifetime access to the Academy. Will all new courses in the Academy be available to people who bought the lifetime? Yes. Of course. It would be silly if not. So that's something. Whenever we have new stuff, we're going to put it in for you. And you're always going to have the stuff first. That was not that was a volume that was here I can show you. That was with Streamlit. All courses. Elastic. It was not lost log analysis with Elasticsearch. That was contact tracing with Elasticsearch. And basically in this project, what we're doing is, so what you're going to do is you're going to prepare a San Francisco data set with 10,000 businesses. And then you're going to create 100,000 fake users. And then we let these users go around in the city and actually visit businesses within this. So we create 10,000 app scans, or where they went and where they scanned their app. And then we're going to you're going to use Elasticsearch, load the data in Elasticsearch, create the Streamlit app, and then you can actually go around and you can follow these people around, and you can see here. Oh, can I make this a bit bigger? Not a lot. You can actually then see, okay, this person, you're tracking this person, this is where this person went, and you can see on the map where this person was. It's super awesome and a lot of fun. And also Elasticsearch, we have this for, we have Elasticsearch for these kind of things, log analysis, and for this example project. But the cool thing is nowadays you can also use this for Gen AI. And we're going to build a Gen AI project. We're going to use Elasticsearch as the data store, and we are going to then have a model like Claude or something where you can then actually have your files, put the data or tokenize it into Elasticsearch, and then use Claude to actually then ask questions around these files. So that's something I have on my list. I think it's really cool. And now you already know Elasticsearch through the Academy, so why not just use Elasticsearch again? Right? Yeah. So that much. Okay, so that much about SQL. If you have questions about SQL, write this to me. For instance, you can add me on Twitter. You can comment under my LinkedIn posts. Again, check out my my personal Andreas Kretz channel, where you always get new stuff, where I explain things, explain videos, longer videos, live streams we do here. Again, about DuckDB, we did the DuckB live stream here. This one with Mehdi. That was a really fun live stream. Last time I was talking about the coaching. Before we were talking about data observability. Check this out. Remember the podcast every Monday and Friday, a new episode. If you want to become or chat with me on the podcast, in every video here, we have a link to the actual form. Here's the form, and you can apply to the form or put you in the form and then apply to become a guest on the podcast. And then maybe we chat next week, right? So that's something we do. Yeah. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you got a bit of even if you're not in the academy, right? And that's why I wanted to bring this in here. Even if you're not in the academy, this should give you an idea which topics to look at. A process that we use: Chinook database, SQLite, dbeaver for user interface, and then it's very easy to start and then look at the topics that I just shown you, and then you can get it. It's no problem. I believe in you. Even if you don't have the money to join the academy, or you simply don't want to, that's how to do it. Okay, guys. I hope you had a great stream. I had a great stream. Again, I'm not here on Thursday. Let me put in the chat the link in the chat. Here's the link for the chat in the chat for the live stream that Philip is doing on Thursday. Very important. Take a look at it. And by the way, if you want to get notified about new stuff, about everything that we're putting out, just go to learndataengineering.com and then scroll completely down and hear our best stuff directly into your inbox. Here, click the sign up today button. This will get you here to this thing where you just put in your first name, put in your email, and then you will get a copy of the older copy of the book, because the new one is only on GitHub, but you will get Substack posts that we put out. Every new YouTube video, we're going to notify you. News about the academy and the coaching, special offers, everything. So check that out. Just go to learndataengineering.com, scroll completely down, our best stuff directly to your inbox, boom. And then you get notified. And again, if you want to unsubscribe, just subscribe anytime. It's absolutely, it's super easy to unsubscribe. And yeah, that's how we try to help you. Right. So again, I hope you had a great day. Now I'm going to finish up here. Let me quickly. Somehow I can no longer see how many people are live or are joining on LinkedIn. It's super annoying. I was just wanting to check out how many people are there on LinkedIn, but no, I can't see it anymore. Again, it doesn't matter. So have a great one. See you next Tuesday. Next podcast is coming out Friday. And yeah, thanks. I'll see you later.